All right, so here we are. We're at the last day. We're at the final stretch. We got less than 12 hours left. So what happened? What should CMON and the Zombicide team try to take away from this? How did it do? What's the last couple of things? Let's get into it. So now we have the Bat Dog and the Super Dog. I want to make fun of this, but the ability is actually super cool. If there's no zombie in your zone and no zombie in your friend's zone, you guys can trade stuff as if you were in the same zone, including bystanders. Pretty cool. Pretty cool ability. Yeah, fine. So it's a neat model. It's always kind of a crap shot to have super animals. We also got extra hordes and more of those reaching kite men that are doing the yoga exercise where you stand up on one toe and reach to the sky. Then we got Atom Smasher. I don't know who the fuck this is, like, at all. I have no idea who this is. I don't have any point of reference of any kind. And it feels like they took the Giant Man from the Marvel one and put a mask on him and then we're like, here, take Giant Lady and Giant Man, and now you have giant zombies. I don't completely hate that idea. I just don't think it's a great execution as far as this goes. Now, we have dice. $15 for 6 dice is a lot. They're pretty dice, but like, wow, that is a lot for dice. Holy crap. It also kind of works against them because their dice on the hero game on 1 doesn't do anything, so there's no need to have the 1 be an alternative symbol, which is a little better about the zombie dice from Marvel. So we have Peacemaker. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I am. That's the John Cena Peacemaker. And if they were able to get the John Cena Peacemaker, why don't we have the Rock Adam, Black Adam? Why don't we have any of the more modern designs that are, like, okay? I guess if you're a John Cena fan now, you can see him. Still, though, solid model. I do not understand the headpiece for Peacemaker, and I cannot wrap my head around it. Why? Why would you wear that? That's so strange. But it's a solid piece of art. It's a solid model. It looks like John Cena, so we're going to take it, and we're going to go. Then we got King Shark, but we got Zombie King Shark. I hope you didn't like King Shark because you can't play him, but he can come bother you. The art actually doesn't do this one justice, but the model for this one is amazing. The model for this is fantastic. He looks so crazy good in his model that it's great, and the only way I think that it could have been any better is if they went with the new Suicide Squad movie design because he was wholesome. I liked him so much, I also wanted to show you the model painted because that is a pretty evil shark zombie thing. And they just announced this morning we got Gorilla Grodd. Now, Grodd was on the list of people that some of the groups I follow were upset that weren't in, so I'm happy he's here. Super smart monkey. I don't understand why people want more DC stuff that's not Batman or Green Lantern, but he's interesting, he's a hero, and he's an angry monkey with super psychic powers. Sure. As of right now, those are all the ones that have been released. They have, I want to say it's like 6 hours left. They might release a couple more things, maybe, depending on how hard they push. But what I wanted to talk about more than anything else, this Zombicide had 4 special bosses that have their own decks, their own mechanics, their own play style. Obviously, we got the Krypton pack we just looked at. We got the Dark Side. We got the Trigon. And each of these packs, and we also have Sinestro, of course, but each of these packs, except for Sinestro, has a secondary modification to the way this game plays. Now, from what they said about Sinestro on the stream, he has board-wide effects, so I'm all about it. But Darkseid has the boom tubes, the Trigon has the Hellfire portals, the Kryptons have the special equipment. This is such a fantastic idea. Release small kits that have enemies that have a theme and equipment or special rules or special zombies, special things that make it so when that enemy shows up, it is a problem, and it is a problem that requires a specific kind of solution. That is one of the best things Marvel, the zombie team in whole, has started doing. Thanos, Red Skull, Silver Surfer, they all had it. Obviously, Galactus has his own entire game mode. This is the best part of these campaigns, is these unique enemies with these unique action decks. Because abominations, no matter how big or scary or unfair or off-putting they are just... they're just enemies with single lines of rules until you start doing this. This is how you change a game. This is how you make a game that has been around for as long as this one has feel fresh and new and like an interesting take on it. Like the idea that as you play the game, you will occasionally spawn in new, like teleporty spawn points where, a specific group of high-powered villains will just show up. And villains, of course, I mean the not living. They'll just show up and make the game more difficult is amazing. It is exactly what these kind of games need. I think that they learned... It's frustrating because these games are done like a year or 2 years before they're released. Because you can really see how the team learns stuff in between each game. Like, I started really watching Kickstarters around the second edition of Zombicide, and I didn't go in on that one, and then I did end up getting most of them. I watched the Wild West campaign, and Wild West just wasn't my thing, so I just kind of ignored it, and then I got with somebody who liked Wild West stuff, so I went looking for that stuff. I was actively involved in the Marvel campaign to the point where my son and I would send each other text messages throughout the day if one of us saw something that had released and the other one hadn't. We were so excited about it. And DC, he just isn't interested in, and it is hard for me to argue it because they covered a lot of space here, but you can really feel, I think, the difference in how much input the license owner had. The license owners for Marvel told CMON, as far as I can tell, and this is my opinion, that they could do what they wanted to do the way that they wanted to do it and make it their own. The DC license holders, I'm not getting that vibe. They are... So the CMON team is fantastic. Diego, Hella, and the young man that did the DC stuff, I apologize, I don't know what his name is off the top of my head. They did a fantastic job with this campaign. The art is on point, the tiles are beautiful, the things are thematic, they make sense. The art is in line, so it all is very similar in their stylings. The models are all very solid and well made, and despite my dislikes and distastes, they did a fantastic job. But I would bet dollars to donuts that if DC had told them, take what you want, make the game you want, we would have seen a better Kickstarter. You would see a better game. You would see a infinitely more profitable return on that investment, because the Zombicide team, the CMON team, are good at this. This is what they do. And, I think that it's clear that they didn't get to do this the way they wanted to, but they still wanted to do right by everyone and get as much in as they could, and I think they did. And I think that, in retrospect, this will absolutely be a positive campaign. It'll absolutely have been a success. And they just announced this. This literally happened while I was recording. They got Grodd and they added Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is an interesting character. You know what? Good addition. Solid. It's a beautiful sculpt. The art is solid. He's very Swamp Thingy. So, you know what? Good job. We have one more reveal left, and unless this video goes long, I won't be able to put it on this. So check it out. It looks like they earned $2.2 million, give or take, for a project. It's a huge success. There's almost no chance we won't see a Marvel Season 2, and there's almost no chance we won't see a DC Season 2. And I think the Marvel Season 2, if they take the lessons that they've learned throughout this DC one, they add the equipment, they add the unlimited bystanders, they take away the everyone fails if one person dies, that game is going to be top tier. And if they can get DC to let them, I know they can make the best DC game there's ever been, hands down. So I wish them luck. Thank you for sticking with us through all this. You have a great day. Dorkness Inc. out.